the staff of EACC, members of the media, our guests, good morning or good afternoon. Good morning. Thank you so much. First, I want to express my gratitude to all of you for providing an opportunity to be present at this very important function. Also, thank the media for coming to cover and grace our occasion. Allow me an opportunity to welcome all of you at this launch of the 2018 National Ethics and Corruption Survey. At the onset, may I give the Commission's thanks to the staff of EACC for the work they have done. I want to thank you because of the teamwork that we are experiencing at the Commission. The fact that you are doing work professionally as a team emphasizes our seriousness in the fight against corruption. And perhaps to recognize those people behind the work that has just happened. For most people who hear about EACC, they are not perhaps aware that we have various directorates that work together to bring our work to conclusion. Perhaps I want to take this chance to welcome them. And first, the Directorate of Preventive Services, which is headed by Mr. Congo. And all the members, can you stand, please, who serve in that directorate. Thank you so much. Then, okay, you can sit. Then we have those who are in the research department. Can you stand? It's part of it, but the researchers now. Yes, Aluda and your sister. Thank you for the work, all of you, for what you did. Let's clap for them. Then we have the Department of Legal, Director of Legal Services. You can stand. People know that EACC operates. Those are our lawyers, a few of them. And so when you get cases, these people will have gotten cases from another department called investigations. Directors of investigations, please stand. I know you don't want to be seen very clearly, but Mr. Mahiva is leading that at the moment. Thank you so much for coming. Now, these are people who, when the report center gets a report, they take it through analysis, they take it through another committee evaluation, and they then take it over to the legal department, and then the legal department will later on bring it up to the enforcement committee of the commission. And I am very grateful for what you are doing. We have the other Department of Leadership and Ethics. This is integrity issues. And that's our director. Who are the members? Fine, they are busy doing integrity issues. Thank you for the work you are doing at the moment. Now, today we are celebrating the work of the preventive services, and the Commission has then released this 2018 survey. I'm not going back to what has been said on the statistics, but perhaps to add our voice is that the Commission is determined, in collaboration with the multi-agency stakeholders, to ensure that corruption is limited in this country. And some of the recommendations that we have provided as the way forward, as a multi-agency approach, is one, to strengthen the need of expediting the hearing and the disposal of corruption cases by setting timelines. We will want to see that corruption cases have timelines so that a case does not go on until all the witnesses die, and then it becomes not interesting at all. And therefore, we are asking the lawmakers to put this into law. We are also stepping aside. We are also asking that a law be made for officers to step aside, state officers to step aside when under investigations or charged for corruption. We are happy that this has happened by a ruling from the court, and that's a celebration. We want this to be affirmed in our law, that once investigations take on, a state officer should step aside to allow investigations that are not influenced by the person in the office. We also want measures for engagement of seized, measures of management of seized property, or those ones that we recover. After money or property has been taken, we want a proper law that helps manage these assets that we recover. Of course, we know where they are, but we want to strengthen that. We also want a law that will provide us for unrestricted access to financial declarations, so that when people declare their wealth, we are able to access them by all agencies responsible for enforcement of anti-corruption measures. We also want to strengthen the public audit system and the regulation of virtual currencies, among others. So these are areas where, together with the multi-agency teams, we are recommending for laws to be made. Now, arising from today's presentation and what we will be having in that booklet, I can single out about 5 issues. One, that the counties in the semi-arid areas, I noticed there, are leading in corruption. And I think this is something that must be looked into. That the ASAL region counties are supposed to be avenues for development. But when you see that their corruption bribe in an ASAL county is very high, that sends a message that now the Commission has to focus there, find out why people are not getting services, why they have to give a bribe, and yet equalization fund is taken to those counties. That's one. Two, I think that Kenyans are thinking that the war against corruption by government is going well. There's a commitment by government to fight corruption. I can see that general concept coming out of our survey. And I think we shall continue to strengthen our efforts to make sure that we bring on board as many Kenyans as possible. Over 30% of Kenyans, from what I saw, was actually ready to support the war on corruption. They say, if given an opportunity, they can fight corruption. For me, that's significant. Because if we can get the 30% of these Kenyans together with us, then we can easily win the war on corruption. So go ahead and encourage them and find these people and rob them into the fight against corruption. The other thing that has come out for me is that we as Kenyans are not patient. We are in a hurry to go somewhere else, and therefore we must pay the bribe to get the service very quickly. I think for us to fight corruption, let us also take care of that culture of impatience, the culture of impatience, because we are in a hurry, and therefore to hasten the service, we must pay the bribe. But coming from this survey that we have today, the fact that those who paid the bribe were able to be given the services, that's very worrying. And I think it's a warning, a message to the public servants that a service that we provide is a service to the people of Kenya. It is not a trade. You don't go to the office to make business. So that you give a service, you are bribed before you serve. It's unfortunate because it is happening at the register of persons. It's happening in the hospitals. And you know, a patient is a person that is sick. And you want this person to pay in order to be treated. It is happening in the villages. You have seen the elders there and the chiefs. So, public servants are paid from the taxes to offer free service. And free service to Kenyans is service to God. So I think this survey is so good that it's helpful for all of us. And the average bribe, of course, I am happy it has gone down, although it's high in some places. But I think perhaps because the economic situation is not allowing that, but I think we should stop it. Another area that is of great concern, which I think all fighting corruption must look at, is procurement. The fact that this survey has shown that most of the corruption is taking place in procurement areas. Again, it's a pointer to poor service delivery by our public servants. And therefore, as a commission and our partners in fighting corruption, we shall have to strengthen our work when it comes to procurement services. Otherwise, I take this opportunity to thank all of us who have come this morning to receive this, this report, and I want to urge all departments in government and all Kenyans to make use of this report, and all of us who are fighting corruption in helping to give our country a good image as we fight corruption. Let us together be humble. You know, humility pays. Let us be compassionate, because when you are compassionate, you are taking care of your friend. And let us be fair in all the things we do. And so may God bless all of us, and may this survey of 2018 become a tool for government services to be improved. May God bless Kenya. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Chair of the Commission. Can we give him another round of applause?